very young, well, relatively young PhD student, and I came again in 2000, and we were due to come in 2001, and then the security situation became a bit problematic, and it's been challenging to come for me ever since. So, and I completed my PhD research on the archaeology of a site called Akra, and I've been collaborating with various people in Pakistan and also outside since then. And it was very nice to be given this opportunity to speak. And one of the reasons, so the topic was of interest because during the lockdown this year, I've been working on a book which was to publish the final publication of the archaeology of Bannu. And this is on Sunday, so 3 days back, the book arrived at my house. So it's very nice to have a chance to show it to you. I'll show you images from the book. I'm not going to talk in detail about the book in a sense, because I think it would make everybody fall asleep. But I will give you the basic themes and the overview of the archaeology of Bannu. And I'm happy to answer questions at the end if people would like as well, in some respects. So the photograph on the left-hand side was taken by me in 1998 as we were driving through the streets of Bannu city. And I love this photograph because, in actual fact, it's in some ways it's quite obvious when it is in time, but in other respects it's also not obvious when it is in time. So it's a very sort of evocative image. You can sort of see people doing things that they possibly have been doing for many centuries in terms of moving around with carts, with donkeys, carrying materials. We do happen to be driving in a car, but it actually, being in this region for me was always extremely interesting and extremely evocative. And when I studied the archaeology of the Bannu district and Bannu region, it became more and more rich as I did more research. So over the last 10 years, I've been working on publishing the archaeological material from excavations that were conducted by the Bannu Archaeological Project, and we worked between 1985 and 2001, and this was a collaborative project involving Professor Farid Khan, who's from Bannu, and he was based in Peshawar. Unfortunately, he passed away about 3 months back. One of the sad aspects is that he wasn't alive to see the publication of the book that you can see on the bottom on the right-hand side. So the Bannu Archaeological Project was active for many years, and then we started to publish our academic research, and there was one book came out in 2010, which you can see on the top right-hand side. This is a book about the earliest villages in Bannu, and it looks about the earliest settlement in Pakistan as well. And then the book on the bottom right-hand side is the one that I mentioned briefly. So this book literally was apparently published in November, but it only appeared on Sunday. So it's very fresh, it's very new. So what I'm showing you, actually, nobody has really seen before. I haven't actually presented this in this format to any other forum. So it's actually quite an honor to be in this position to be able to show it to you now. So what I plan to do is to talk a little bit about the complete archaeological history, but not in too much detail, but hopefully I can provide you with enough hints, and you can ask me questions if there's anything that you'd like me to expand on. So in some ways it's not in a highland area, but it has mountain ranges around it. So it's a very specific geographical basin. So it's different to many of the other areas around it. And that's actually quite important throughout its history. So what we know about the archaeology of this region is actually largely thanks to the work of Professor Farid Khan, he started conducting the first archaeological surveys in the 1960s. And he was chiefly responsible for bringing or collaborating with Dr. Raymond Allchin, who is a British archaeologist based in Cambridge. And so you can see here, this is Professor Farid Khan here, and Dr. Raymond Allchin is next to him. And this is a team. So this is Robert Knox, who I mentioned, who has worked for a long time at the British Museum. He was put in disguise at this